Hello, everybody. It's your boy Will with Real Talk. As promised, today I'm going to bring you one story of many from a passport bro. I'm going to put the address in the description box here where you can submit your stories, and I'll read them out on this channel. The reason why I'm only going to do one today is because, I'm going to share with you a little bit about my story, just a little, about why I decided to go ahead and give up on American women. And then I'm going to read you a story from a passport bro. Now, if you like this and you want to hear more, you got to click that like and subscribe so that you get notified when I release new videos. Also, from my understanding, the TikTok thing does not allow for longer videos. So if you're watching this on the TikTok, click on over to YouTube and watch the full video. And then again, like I said, if you like it and want to hear more stories, then please click the like and subscribe. Kind of helps out the algorithm and kind of helps me out too. All right, well, let me get started by giving you a little bit about my story. Okay. I met this beautiful Russian American girl, and we would talk for a while. Things were going great. Things were going really great. I was in Texas, she was in California. I drove out to California a few times to meet her. We had wonderful times together, wonderful conversations. Everything seemed to be going wonderful. I couldn't believe how great things were going. So 6-7 months of this back and forth and talking and things of that nature, we decided to finally join households, live together, and become a family. Enthusiastic, exciting, you name it. It was going on. Everything was going so wonderful. So the weekend before I was going to drive out and uproot and transfer to California, get an apartment together, and begin our lives together, I had spoken to her on the phone, getting my travel plans and letting her know where I'd be and when I'd be there. She was all excited. So I told her that I'm going to go ahead and end my employment and drive out that evening from Texas. She said, great, just let me know. We said our goodbyes. And just before I hung up the phone, I heard her asking some gentleman in the background, where's the protection? Now, I didn't hang up the call because did I hear what I thought I heard? And lo and behold, there was some horizontal mambo going on while I'm on the phone. Yeah, imagine how I felt. So 5 minutes goes by. I call her back, and I'm not the type of person that yells and shouts and calls people bad names or nothing like that. I asked her who was the gentleman, And she played stupid. What are you talking about? There's nobody here. And I informed her that I heard everything that was going on. And her only reply was, oof. I hung up the phone and I never spoke to her again. Okay? So there's my story and why I decided to give up. And it's just, I've had enough. It seems like the American women don't respect their men. And if you're not respected, then there's no sense in being there. All right? So enough of that. I'm going to go on with this story from a passport bro. He submits his story, and his story goes like this. Hello, Will. My name is Mike. And of course, Mike is not his real name. I changed the names to keep their privacy. So my name is Mike. I'm a 36-year-old living in Los Angeles, California. I was married for 4 years to a wonderful woman. She was wonderful in the beginning. We planned a life together, planned to get married, but every time the wedding date came up, something would take place. So that's why it was delayed several years. I was at work. She called me while I'm at work. I work as a mechanic. And she informed me that when I got home that evening, I'd have to fend for myself because she had an engagement to take care of. Okay, no problem. I get home, I do my thing, prepare my dinner or whatever. 9 o'clock, she's not home. 11 p.m., she's not home. 2 a.m., she's not home. So what's going on? I called her several times. She never answered her phone. It just rang and went to voicemail. I left her a few voicemail messages. I text her a few times to no response. 6 a.m. rolls around. It's time for me to go to work. She's not home. Of course, I'm worried, thinking, oh my God, what happened to her? Where did she go? Why is she not responding? Why she doesn't call? So I go to work, and of course my mind is not on my job. Lunchtime rolls around. I get a phone call from this supposed to be wonderful woman. She's apologetic. She fell asleep. And time got away from her. Where'd you fall asleep at? Why weren't you home? She didn't want to hear those messages. She didn't want to answer those questions. So, I let it go. Continue my work. Go home, she's home. She's very quiet, I'm very quiet. Again, I'm not the type of person to yell and scream. And I ask her over dinner, where were you? She doesn't want to answer. I let it go. A month later, she comes out of the restroom with this look on her face. And she started crying. I didn't understand it. Lo and behold, she's pregnant. I've been with her for 4 years. And not once did she end up pregnant. So something was off. Well, she confessed to me that she has been having an affair with, of all people, the neighbor from upstairs. Well, from that, I decided that I am going to pick up my things and get the hell out of Dodge. A couple of friends at work were talking about Thailand. And I needed a vacation. So I figured I'd join them in their vacation to Thailand. Never been out of the U.S. When the time came for us to leave to Thailand, imagine my excitement, nervous feelings. We took off from LAX, landed in Taiwan, and took a transfer from Taiwan to Bangkok. When I arrived at Bangkok, the first thing I noticed was it was hot as the dickens. Body all covered in sweat. But the sights were amazing. But you know, walking around, seeing the sights, looking around and noticing that Thailand was more of a pay for play type situation. And I just wasn't into that. It didn't appeal to me. I didn't feel comfortable with it. However, the two mechanics that I went with, they were just enjoying themselves every night. So we were in Thailand for a week. And I couldn't take it anymore. You know, yeah, I met a few women. I was approached by a few. But it was all the same. It was all pay for play. I wanted a relationship long term, not a short term, out of my wallet. So at the bar one night, talking to the two mechanics, and they decided that if I wasn't enjoying myself there in Thailand, I should take a flight to the Philippines. That's exactly what I did. Hoping and praying that the Philippines was a lot different than Thailand. So I booked my flight from Bangkok to Manila. I arrived in Manila, and to my surprise, it was almost the same. Weather-wise, it was hot, steamy, sticky. Walking through the airport, I had no idea where I was going to go. Somebody had suggested that I spend my time in a place called Makati. So that's where I was going to head to. Upon leaving through immigration, there was a female security there at the customs area. Our eyes met. She was stunning in her uniform. I smiled, she smiled back. She said, "Hello, welcome to the Philippines." And we began small talk. She asked me where I was heading. I told her where I was going to go. She asked me if I had a hotel already. I told her no. I just got to fly by the seat of my pants to find a place to go. And she suggested a condominium complex there in Makati. Pulled out her cell phone, proceeded to make an online reservation for me right there at the airport. Wow. Talk about service. So she booked the accommodation for me. She walked me outside and showed me which of the taxis that I should take to the hotel, informing me that the white taxis are a no-no. Take a yellow metered taxi, you'll be okay. She spoke to the driver in their native language. I didn't understand a word she was saying to him. But he smiled, grabbed my bags, loaded them up, and away we went. 30-minute drive from the airport, I'm arriving at this condo building. And I believe the name of it was Makati Prime Tower, if I'm not mistaken. I go in, check in. My room is on the 28th floor. I get in the room. The room was okay at best. Modest accommodations. Had a refrigerator, a cook stove. Nothing to be, overly excited about. However, the view from the 28th floor was amazing. So I proceeded to put my bags away and take me a shower as I was sweaty and feeling uncomfortable. After I finished my shower, I'm sitting in this unit trying to map out what I'm going to do. 15 minutes later, the phone rang. Wow, that's weird. Who knows I am here? I pick up the phone and it was the front desk informing me that I had a visitor and would I like for the visitor to come up. Oh, visitor? Who? I don't know anybody. And the lady at the front desk informed me that the visitor stated that we met in the airport. I knew who it was then. Sure, send her up. Now, when she came up to the room, she wasn't in her uniform. She was in street clothes. And the uniform did not do her justice because this woman was drop dead gorgeous. She comes up to the room, knocks on the door. When I open the door, I'm shocked to see her there. And she stated to me that she felt sorry for me. I didn't know what I was going. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. And she decided that she'd be my tour guide. First question she asked me was, have I eaten yet? And of course I have not. So she proceeded to suggest to me where she could take me to go eat. Down the elevator, out the door, down the street we go. We end up at a Cuban restaurant. Never had Cuban food before. She orders a couple of beers. And me not being familiar with Cuban food, she suggested that she'd be the one to order, as I didn't know. So she ordered 2 sandwiches and 2 more beers. The sandwiches were amazing. The beer was ice cold. We sat on the sidewalk. Tables. They have tables set up on the sidewalk. We sat there and we enjoyed our meal, watching the views. She then suggested that we go to the financial district. There's a big park there, and just walk around and see the sights, which is what we did. When we left the restaurant, to my surprise, she grabbed my hand and held my hand as we walked down the steamy, hot sidewalk. The whole time I'm feeling I'm on cloud 9. I'm in the company of this gorgeous woman, and she's taking care of me. We go on. We spend the entire day together. The evening rolls around. We end up back at the condo. Upstairs in the room, she suggested that she would go home and come back in the morning. I said to her, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And she hugged me. I closed the door. And I thought that would be the end of it until the morning. At about 12:45 in the morning, there's a knock on the door. So I open the door, and there she is. I'm kind of shocked because when she said, I'll see you in the morning, I wasn't expecting it to be that early in the morning. She proceeded to tell me that, no, I just didn't feel comfortable leaving you here by yourself. So I grabbed some things, and if it's okay with you, I will join you in your room. Wow. Okay with me? Are you kidding me? So she came in, put her things down, and suggested we go to sleep. Shocked as I am, I laid down. She laid down beside me, wrapped her arms around me, and we fastly fell asleep. This is my first time in the Philippines, and I'm loving the experience. To go on, we spend 2 weeks together doing everything imaginable. This woman is amazing, and we continue to talk to this day. Now, this is 4 months ago, and I'm on my way back to the Philippines to meet her and her family. Is this a success story? I hope so. But I will include the events of my next visit. Thank you for giving me this avenue to share this experience, and I hope that future Passport Bros can read this and take a page out of my book. It's much better than what you're dealing with in the U.S. Okay, well, that was a good story. I mean, the guy was definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? The guy was definitely excited to see what options he had available. I mean, he didn't like the scene in Thailand, and I can understand that. I've been to Thailand myself. And, I'm not the type of person either to do the pay for play. That's just not my scene. Bar girls, all that. That's not my scene either. But, you know, he had mentioned that he was more interested in long-term relationship. And he found one right there at the airport. He didn't get far into the country. When a woman sees and respects, then good things happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more stories from Passport Bros. I have 5 more that I'm going to read out. And as I get more in, I'll kind of string them together on this feed. And, you know, I don't know. At the end of them, if I feel the need to, you know, make a comment or make a suggestion, I will. However, this is a Passport Bro. And just like this story shows you, that Passport Bros are not about smashing and dashing. They're not about pay for play. They're about long-term relationships. These guys are looking for women to respect them. Hell, marry them. Treat them right. And in turn, they'll treat them right. So we're going to dispel all the rumors about Passport Bros just spreading seeds and smashing and dashing and, you know, all of this stuff. Alrighty? So stay tuned. We got more to come. It's your boy Will at Real Talk. We'll get back at you guys. Take care.